Hi, good morning, everybody. So today we will see some examples of how to create some graphical user interfaces using strings. So I'll demonstrate to you live in the editor, and let's see how to go about this. So initially, let's go and see the fundamental way of creating label, button, and other aspects. In the first program, let's see how to create a button. Okay, so the first statement, whenever you want to write, you have to write the import statement in Java. So import, okay, we saw in the previous class, it is javax dot swing, okay, dot star. So all the components inside this will be actually present. Okay. So in using the okay. Next, the name of the class is already given over here as the first string example. Then inside this we will write the main. Okay, so let me write the main over here now. So it is public static void main. Okay, so then what we do over there? So it is string args over here, and open the curly brace for the thing. Now what we do is we will create a frame. So we'll use J frame as the container over here. So this will be the container, and this is the object of it. So J frame F, the object name is F. Okay, so it is new J frame F is capital. Okay, then it's object of the new J frame. So that is present in F. Okay. Next, I will create. I want to create a J button. So J button. Okay. So let me give the object name as B. B is equal to new J button. Okay. Now inside this button, okay, simply you can create a button, or even you can pass some string. Okay. So let me pass a string. So put it in double quotes. Let me say this name is click over here. Okay. Close this. Okay. So next we have to give and specify the XY axis of this frame what we have created, and sorry, the button what we have created. So it is for button. Okay, we use this set. Okay, bounds. Okay. Set bounds, and there we give the values. Okay, we give the values of x-axis. Okay, y-axis, any values you can specify. Okay, then the width and the height. Okay, so these are some values which we specify over here. Okay, so this is called as the set bounds method, which will be actually creating the x-axis, y-axis of the button B, and then the width and height. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to add the okay button to the frame. So we use f dot add, so the button B. Okay, so this is specified over here. We'll put close it with the semicolon. So what does this do? So the add method, what it does it do? It adds a button which you pass as argument to this frame f. So f dot add B. Okay, so this is the next thing. Okay, next I will set the size of the frame. So I use a command set size. Sorry, the method is set size, and then pass the argument over here. So it is any size you can give over here. Close it. Okay, so this is set size. Okay, then we use another method called as set layout. So you can pass the argument as null. Okay, so here we pass it as null and terminate this one. Okay. Then another for the frame we use the visible. Okay, so this is to make the frame visible. So it is set visible. Okay. So you can see here it takes a boolean value. So we pass the argument as true. Automatically it's coming. So it is false. So this is the creation of the uh, first example program. Okay, now let's see when we run this what will happen. So let me run this program. Okay. So you can see here. Okay, this is the outer is a J frame. So this is a container. Now inside this, what do you do? I created a button. Okay, using the J button over here. Okay, so that inside the button, what is the value we give or the string we give? It's called as a click. Okay, now actually, whenever we are using strings, when I click, okay, there should be some event happening. Okay, so that is actually in the event handling part of the strings, but we are not in position to do the event handling as of now. Okay, so that means what will happen when I click, okay, using the mouse. Okay, so all those aspects are in event handling, which we will not see now. But for now, we will just see how to create these simple GUI. So this is a GUI which we use swings and create a button. Okay, so this is the first example of creating the GUIs. And so once again, if you see, okay, so this J frame is this outer part. Okay, so which is a container. So inside that one component is a button. So this is the button. Okay, inside which the string value what we have passed is the string called as click. Okay, so using some of these built-in methods, we can create the things in this way. Okay, so this is the frame size and all. We can increase the set of the values of frame. Okay. So for example, you make it 800 by 800. Okay, then run this file. Okay, so you can see here the size of this frame has now increased. Okay, similarly, we can increase the frame of the component, that is the button we created here also. So this is an simple example program to create the button. So next we will see, okay, how to create a label. Okay, so let me create a new file over here. Java. So let me give the file name as label example. Okay, label example finish. Let me uncomment all these things which is by default appearing. So like in the previous case, the first statement will be our import statement, import. Okay, so javax dot swing dot star. Okay, close it with the semicolon. Uh, Next is the class itself. So the class name is class label example. Just bring it above, go to end, and let's write the main method now. So public static void main. So it's a string args. Okay. Let me open the main. So here, okay, what we do is first we have to create the container. So let me create the container using JFrame itself. So JFrame. Okay, so the object name is in we are doing it in the same project. So let me give the name as f1. F1 is equal to, okay, new JFrame. Okay, so let me, even you can pass an example to a name to the frame. So let me give the name as label example. Okay, so this creates a new frame F1. Okay, with the name of the frame as label example. Okay, now let me create the labels. So the class used is called as JLabel, and let me create two labels. Okay, L1 and L2. Okay, so L1 is equal to, so new JLabel. Okay, so let me give a name as first label, and for the L2 label, okay, we create another name and give it as second label. Okay, now like in the previous case, we have to give the values for these things, that is x, y, and the width and the height for the label. So that is using the set bound method. So L1 dot set bound. Okay, so give the values. So you can give 50 comma 50 comma 100 and 30. Then close it. Then similarly you can give L2 dot set bounds. Okay, so you can give the x value, y value. Okay, height and width. Let it be again 130. Okay, so close this one. Now what we have to do? So next for these uh, labels what we have created, we have to add it to the frame. So how to do that? So it is L1 dot add. Okay, sorry, it is F1 dot add L1. Next, F1 dot add L2. Okay, so these two labels, now I'm adding it to the frame. Okay, over here. Next, so let me set the size of the frame. So set size, so that is of value 300, 300, the dimensions which is specified over here. Okay. So set 1, then the layout we have to give. So f dot set layout. Okay. So the value what you pass is null over here. So the set layout, so small spelling mistake, set layout, come down, it's F1. Then we have to give the visible for the label. So F1 dot set visible is true. Okay, so this is all about the coding aspects for creating the labels. Okay, so just check whether there are any errors. So there are no errors. Okay, fine. So now let's run this program. Okay, So this is the GUI which you can see over here, which is created. Okay. So the label. Okay. So you can see here, this is the outer frame, which is a container. Now in the previous example, there was no string name to that. So here we are giving a name to that as label example. Okay, that is the name of this frame, and we create two labels: first label, second label. Okay, so you can see here both the x-axis values are same. So in this frame, so it starts from the same line. Okay, y-axis here it is 50, here it is 100. So that is to differentiate. Okay, the y-axis part, x-axis part is same, y-axis it is different. Okay, as well as the width and height of the both the labels are same. Okay. So this is another example of creating label. Okay, like I told you, you can vary the size of the frame. Okay, so let me run it again. You can see here. Okay, so this is the increased size of the frame. Okay. So this is how you create labels. Okay, this is the second GUI what we had demonstrated. So in the upcoming videos, we will see some more GUIs, how to create that.